Hello and welcome back to What Sam Said. Proverbs 4:7 tells us, wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore get wisdom, and with all thy getting, get understanding. A few days ago, I was reading a chapter from my first book, A Promise Kept, and this part kind of resonated with me. I was praying in my heart about a challenge I was having and seeking the scriptures for a word that would encourage and strengthen me. The Lord spoke to my heart and said, Sam, you're fine. The devil is doing his job. You do yours. I laid in bed in peace and was comforted by his presence and by his love for me. I smiled, and just before I drifted off, I heard on the inside of me, but you know he will be back. Luke 4:13 tells us that when David had ended all of the temptation, he departed from Jesus for a season. I said David, but I meant the devil. Remember, the devil will be back. There's a comment that was shared on social media by Cheryl Lee Raff, which fits this message well. Don't you give up on you. Don't you ever give up on you. Don't you ever give up on your dreams, because no matter what, if it is meant for you, it will not miss you. She said, as we say in Jamaica, what is for you can't be for you. If you can't do it in 10, you can do it in 30. If you can't make it in 30, you can make it in 50. She said, if you can't make it in 50, then make it in 60 and give up all your goodness. You must be ready to get up off of the sidelines of life and fight the good fight for you. You are the best person to get out there and put up the good fight on your behalf. It is you. It is up to you. Don't allow what you have failed at to cause you to stop. What I do allow is, and what I found out to be true, is you would not find me where you left me. I may not have made all the right choices, but I did not stay where I was. I may not have made all of the best decisions for me, but I did not stay where I was. I may not have been able to answer yes at every call, but I didn't stay where I was. Maybe it wasn't my time yet. Maybe there were still people that were connected to me that I needed to get rid of. Maybe there were some areas of my life that I still need to work on, but I am not where you left me. Look back over your life. Has God ever failed you? No, and he won't start now. He has placed in you all that you need in you in order for you to be successful. Keep running, keep praying, keep challenging him, keep looking in the word, keep standing and having done all to stand. Stand therefore till you get what you're standing there for. Now, where I am now is not where I'm supposed to be. I woke up differently. That was fine for me yesterday, but it is not for me today. I have to go through here in order to get there, but Lord, I am not where you left me. 1 Peter 5:8 says in the Good News translation, be alert, be on watch. Your enemy, the devil, roams around like a roaring lion looking for someone to devour. What is your final move? What is your goal in all of this? John 10:10 in the King James Version tells us, the thief cometh not but for to steal, to kill, and to destroy. 1 Peter 5:9 in the Amplified Version says, but resist him. Be firm in your faith against his attack, rooted, established, immovable, knowing that the same experiences of suffering are being experienced by your brothers and your sisters throughout the world. You do not suffer alone. He, the devil, the enemy, would have you to believe that you are the only person having to deal with what you are going through, and you are not. Jesus said in 1 Peter 5:10 in the Amplified Version, after you have suffered for a little while, the God of all grace, who imparts his blessings and favor, the God who called you to his own eternal glory in Christ, will himself complete, confirm, strengthen, and establish you, making what you ought to be. Part of the enemy's end game is to distract us. We can see it all the time if that's where our attention is. He wants our next move to be one that decreases as opposed to magnifies our impact in the kingdom. And even when we don't move, we still make a move. Let's focus at 2 Samuel chapter 5, verses 17 through 25. Again, 1 Samuel chapter 5, verses 17 through 25. Easy to read version. And we see what David did in his preparation for his fight against the Philistines. Verse 17 starts with, when the Philistines heard that Israelites had anointed David to be the king of Israel, all the Philistines went up to kill him. David heard about this and went down into the fort at Jerusalem. The Philistines came and camped in the Rephaim valley. David asked the Lord, now pay attention to this part. David asked the Lord, saying, should I go up to fight against the Philistines? Will you help me defeat them? The Lord answered, yes, I certainly will help you defeat the Philistines. Then David went to Baal-perazim and defeated the Philistines in that place. He said, the Lord broke through my enemies like water breaking through a dam. That is why David named that place Baal-perazim, or God of the breakthrough. The Philistines left the statues of their God behind at Baal-perazim. David and his men took them away. Again, the Philistines came up and camped in Rephaim valley. Remember, the devil will be back. David prayed to the Lord again and got this answer. Don't go to the valley. In other words, don't go the way you went the last time. Last time you made a frontal attack. Last time you made a frontal attack. But this time, go around them to the other side of the army. Attack them from the other side of the balsam trees. When you hear the sound of marching in the tops of the balsam trees, you must act quickly, because that is the sign that the Lord has gone out in front of you to defeat the Philistines. Another version said, when you hear the sound, at that instant attack. Another said, when you hear it, now is the time to move. David did exactly what the Lord commanded him to do, and he defeated the Philistines. He chased them from Geber to Gezer, killing them along the way. What Sam said, what did David do? He didn't use the same method of attack that God had used in a prior incident. He didn't just go that same way. He stopped, he paused, and he asked God, what should I do? Will you help me? He consulted the Lord. He didn't depend upon an answer from a prior experience to predetermine what his next course of action should be. He didn't use a prior answer from another experience to predetermine what his course of action is going to be. And that is where we put our faith in the what was, in so many instances that we encountered. I remember praying about a situation that was looking at avenues God used the last time. I was impressed with what was spoken in my heart. I have many ways in which I can answer, don't limit me. Lord, what happened? It didn't work out like I thought. The definition of consult is to seek information or advice from someone with expertise in that area. I thought this was the deal of a lifetime. I thought he or she was the one, God. I really did. Lord, I quit my job. I just knew that's what you wanted me to do. But did you ask me? Did you seek me? Did you consult with me? If it is a problem, it is a problem. It is a problem when you know enough about a subject to think you are right, but not enough to know that you are wrong. We go back to the initial scripture in Proverbs 4:7. Wisdom is the principal thing, and all thy getting, get understanding. Wisdom is after God reveals to you the plot of your enemy, you shift your position. Wisdom is knowing that the enemy fights for us where we are going, not for where we are now. Wisdom is using the past experience, so when a decision is presented again, the devil will be back. Wisdom is seeking the heart, mind, and will of God before you make a move. It was Michael Youssef who said, the most dangerous lie is the lie that resembles the truth. I saw a billboard sign at a church that read, God has already prepared the way. Now he is preparing you. Sometimes it is the actions of your enemies that thrust you into your very purpose. In closing, Pastor Joel Osteen said, without Goliath, you won't take your throne. Without Judas, you won't reach your destiny. Without the naysayers, you won't become all that you will be created to become. Yes, the devil will be back, but don't let him find you where you left. Don't let him find you where you were. Don't let him find you in the same or similar situation that he came across you the last time. In 2 Chronicles 20 and 15, say the battle is not yours, but God's. I remember an internal conversation with the Lord that went like this. Now, it wasn't long, it didn't take a whole lot of time, but I got the point. I said, God, it is a struggle for me. He said, no, it was a struggle. Now it is a choice. I was like, oh. See, you may have been able to give God an answer the last time, but after some situations and circumstances that you've been to, okay, you can't use it as your answer when you gotta move. Don't you ever give up on me. Don't you allow who is around you to affect what is around you. Don't allow people to hold you captive to who you used to be. I wrote down this comment in Zig Ziglar's website, and it kind of went like this. Always remember, your growth scares people who don't want you to change. Again, your growth scares people who don't want you to change. We can become thankful for the praise of others, but we do not become engaged. A second book always bring an extra pair of shoes is one that leads, guides, and direction. If you've not gotten your copy, please make sure you order yours today. You can get your book, ebook, or paperback version, or hardback on Amazon or Barnes and Nobles. I shared recently that we have to learn how to sow where we are now, so we can reap at our appointed time. Don't give up on you. Your best days are ahead. Thank you for joining me for this episode of What Sam Said, and I'll see you soon.